After receiving a cold response from Chen Yuan, Yang Weibai was so distraught that she burst into tears and ran out of the villa like a storm. Hu, Chen Yuan, you are a bastard. Not understanding what was happening, Wang Meng curiously approached and asked, Brother Chen Yang, did you and Weibai just have a fight? She ran out crying. Looking at Wang Meng's curious eyes resembling a kitten's, Chen Yuan sighed wearily and replied, It's nothing. Some things need to be said sooner or later to avoid making someone think too much. Hearing this, Wang Meng jumped to a conclusion without much speculation. Brother, what did you actually say? Weibai was crying so heartbreakingly. Did she confess to you and you rejected her? Her innocent yet surprisingly accurate statement revealed her exceptional ability to read others. Chen Yuan frowned, feeling annoyed, but still admitted, You can understand it that way. The situation is somewhat similar. After saying that, he sighed again in his heart, feeling as if he had just shattered a very beautiful painting. The reason? Yes, all because Yang Weibai suddenly asked about marriage. That mind-boggling question was like throwing a nuclear bomb, making me feel cornered. Marriage? Now? I'm only 22. I plan to live freely for at least another 15 years. I haven't even had the chance to develop and reach the peak of the art of life, so why would someone ask about such an important matter? Wang Meng pulled Chen Yuan's sleeve, her expression serious. Brother, I have something I want to talk to you about. Go ahead. Recently, a number of television companies have been continuously contacting me. They not only want to invest, but also invite me to act in films, even as the female lead. In particular, one of these companies has offered very lenient conditions with a 1-year contract and no breach of contract penalties. So, of course, I really want to give it a try. At the same time, in a luxurious nightclub in Maduro, where wealthy young men and women gather to enjoy themselves, in this spacious and extravagant setting, Lai Jia-mu, the main character of the party, is enjoying life like a king. One hand holding a glass of wine and the other embracing beautiful girls, including models and well-known figures in the entertainment industry. In the festive atmosphere, a young man from a rich family named Wai Shao approached to toast Li Jia-mu. He spoke with both curiosity and a hint of regret. Hey, young Master Lai, let me offer you a drink. I heard you just signed a contract with a new artist, a freshman from Manhwa University named Wang Meng, right? Li Jia-mu replied with a smug expression. Wai Shao, your sense of smell is truly sharp. Indeed, Wang Meng is the newest artist that my company has just signed. She not only has excellent academic achievements and beautiful looks, but her singing voice is also very captivating. You could say she is a top-notch talent. She previously live-streamed on Big Cat TV and attracted millions of fans. I plan to focus on nurturing her. Are you interested? Hearing this, Wai Shao seemed regretful. From the first time he saw her on livestream, he was enchanted. Wang Meng's beauty goes beyond just her face or figure. It is also in her naturally captivating demeanor. Wai Shao had once made the effort to visit Manhwa University and meet Wang Meng, and from that moment, he was instantly captivated. What made it even more special was when Wai Shao discovered that she was still a bud yet to bloom, which only intensified his passion and desire. Then Wai Shao sighed deeply and responded with regret. I also intended to invite her to my company. I didn't expect you to be quicker. Seeing Wai Shao show interest in Wang Meng, Lai Jia-mu quickly played a card by pretending to be generous. If you like her, giving her to you wouldn't be out of the question. Pausing for a moment, Lai Jia-mu continued to provoke Wai Shao's competitiveness. But you see, this girl comes from a wealthy family and common coercion or seduction might not be effective. Moreover, I recall that Lim Yun-won has also given her gifts. He might be interested in her. Are you sure you want to confront him? Hearing this, Wai Shao showed no signs of worry and even sneered. Lin Yun-won, he's just a shadow at Janbakang, and here in Mado, he's nothing at all. You think I'm scared of him? At this point, Wai Shao's enthusiasm grew. People like him aren't worth anything. He gives gifts to many different women and claims they belong to him. That's ridiculous. If Lim Yun-won can pick flowers, then why can't I? Li Jia-mu, on the other hand, became more calculative as he listened. Wang Meng is none other than Chen Yuan's sister, a person I'm very concerned about. No one else knows this except me. Just thinking about the scene where Chen Yuan discovers his sister getting caught up in the entertainment industry's antics, I can't help but feel excited. Ha ha ha. Returning to the conversation between Chen Yuan and Wang Meng in the villa at Tianmen. In the face of Wang Meng's confident demeanor, Chen Yuan felt that everything sounded a bit off. A 1-year contract, no compensation fee, something doesn't seem right. In the television industry, companies never sign short-term contracts to female artists like that. Usually, contracts last at least 3 to 5 years, and sometimes even 10 years is not uncommon. And there is always a huge compensation fee. fearing that the artist might become famous and then run away. Could it be that they are trying to trap Meng Meng for profit? Seeing Wang Meng Meng so excited about her new plans, Shen Yuan didn't have the heart to discourage her and generously said, "If you want to act, let me take care of it. Don't worry about this television company. I will invest in a whole film crew just for you. The best director? I'll invite them all. How about Zhang Yimou? In 2 days, I'll call him to direct for you." Hearing this, Wang Meng Meng couldn't help but be surprised and joyfully exclaimed, "Really? Thank you. You are the best." Chen Yuan continued to make a suggestion. "Meng Meng, I still think you shouldn't trust so easily. I have a drama troupe in Tianmen that is currently filming. If you want to learn, I can take you to watch tomorrow. And if you want to try your hand at acting, you can play a few guest roles. That's not a problem. As for the contract with the television company, think it over carefully. If there's a need for compensation, I will take care of it for you." Wang Meng Meng, not wanting to always stand behind Shen Yuan, said confidently, her eyes full of assurance, "You don't need to worry, brother. I've grown up now. I'm not easily fooled by others. I've even consulted a professional lawyer to carefully review their company's contract. This is a formal contract with no ambiguous clauses. Moreover, this television company is a large one, not a small scam." However, such an easygoing contract aroused Shen Yuan's suspicion. He called Yang Sison to inquire, "Director Yang, there's an entertainment company that is recruiting my sister. Please check it out for me." Yang Sison confidently replied, "All right, Godfather. Give me 5 minutes." While waiting for Yang Sison's response, Chen Yuan still felt uneasy. Which company would be that easygoing? If you want to sign, sign. If not, then stop. It sounded too strange. In this day and age, fraud is rampant. Meng Meng, although very intelligent, was still naive in major matters. How could she understand people's hearts in the city? Meng Meng could be hurt if she placed too much trust in the sweet promises from those companies. 5 minutes later, a hurried voice came from the other end of the line. "Godfather, the company that is contacting your sister is part of the Superstar Group, run by Lai Jiamu." Hearing the last sentence, Chen Yuan was taken aback and his expression changed. As soon as Lai Jiamu's name was mentioned, Chen Yuan's body instantly tensed, his facial muscles twitched slightly, and his teeth were clenched in anger. His eyes were filled with rage, his gaze sharp enough to tear apart the space in front of him. Li Jiamu, that little brat, is truly cunning and deceitful. Chen Yuan continued, "Director Yang, it seems Lai Jiamu has too much free time lately. Let's find something for him to do." Yang Sison still didn't understand Shen Yuan's intent and immediately asked, "Adoptive father, what do you mean?" Shen Yuan responded gently, but each word was as cold as a sharp blade. "It's getting cold. Let's make the Superstar Group go bankrupt." As soon as Chen Yuan hung up the phone, Wang Meng Meng curiously asked, "Brother Shen Yuan, what did you say on the phone?" Chen Yuan replied casually, "Oh, it's nothing. I just called the film director. You can come with me for an audition tomorrow." After Yang Sison reported Chen Yuan's orders to Yu Ling Shuang, an hour later, a tense conversation took place between Yu Ling Shuang and her assistant. "Xiao Li, help me with something. This USB contains all sorts of interesting things, from Lai Jiamu's bribery to underground money laundering deals. It even includes how he's exploiting celebrities. There's plenty of evidence." After hearing this, the assistant was somewhat alert, but still felt uneasy, like having bitten into sand. But even if this evidence is real, it's only enough to take down Lai Jiamu, not to crush his entire conglomerate. That's the Lai Shi Group. It's like a root deeply planted in the ground. It won't easily fall. Yu Ling Shuang smiled, a fragile smile glittering with layers of conspiracy. "You are too naive. This is just the starting act. Once public opinion jumps in, the stock of the super celebrity group will plummet like a rocket in reverse. Besides, I have prepared a lot of money to bet against them. Not only that, but I'm also targeting other businesses of the Lai Shi Group in the market. Once this snowball starts rolling, they will have to drink tears instead of water. And with $500 billion in working capital in hand, I will be like a storm, ready to sweep everything away." Lei Jiamu, who was initially excited about his plan to take revenge on Shen Yuan, had no idea that a storm was about to hit him. The next morning, the name Young Master Madul Lai suddenly became a sensation. Never before has this name caused such a stir. In the blink of an eye, the entire social media landscape seemed to be turned upside down. From the old to the young, from housewives to office workers, everyone was discussing the name Lai Jiamu. The content included a shocking video along with images and a series of evidence that were uploaded online. Anyone who watched it had their jaws dropped due to the unbelievable content. In the video, a series of murky transactions between power and beauty were exposed. Of course, the focal point was none other than Lai Jiamu, the son of the Lai Shi conglomerate. What is noteworthy here is Lai Jiamu's involvement with more than 30 famous female artists in the entertainment industry. From promising young actors and singers to married women, all were linked to him through less than transparent dealings. The shining stars of the entertainment world, faces always praised for their purity, suddenly appeared in the video as one-night stands of young Master Lai. Not only that, the video reveals a massive network of the former talent agency where female artists were exploited to bribe officials, aiding in somewhat unscrupulous dealings. Viewers were left wide-eyed in surprise. Unbeknownst to them, behind the glamorous facade, Lai Jiamu was indeed the mastermind, operating such a sophisticated system of power and beauty transactions. I'm really about to collapse. Fang Jingyan, Liu Shuken, Wang Tongyu, Zhu Meini, Fang Kei, Zhang Xioni. They are all A-list stars. How are they involved in such dirty dealings? My idol, how could they do such disgusting things? Wait, there's more. The most appalling thing is Tio Yishin. Who would have guessed that to get ahead he would hook up with a rich lady? I used to regard him as a male god, and now I see how trashy he is. Everyone quickly share this again. This video will probably be taken down soon. While netizens panicked and frantically shared, the superstar agency was caught in a storm. The market value of the superstars plummeted by $200 billion. At this moment, Kan Gae-yeon was also incessantly reaching out to the media. This is big news. I demand it be taken down immediately. A few hours later, at Lai Jiamu's villa in Ma Duo, he was immersed in a deep nap next to two female artists after a night of partying. At exactly noon, the phone rang loudly, causing Lai Jiamu to wake up groggily, still drowsy. He reluctantly answered the phone, frowning because he had been disturbed from his sleep. The voice of Kan Gae-yeon came through, filled with worry from the other end. Young master, something big has happened. But for Lai Jiamu, he merely furrowed his brows and replied irritably, "What is it? Can't you tell me later? I'm still not awake. Dan, don't disturb me." Kan Gae-yeon refused to give up, her tone more serious and urgent. "Young master, it's really serious. I tried to call you 100 times last night, but you didn't pick up. Everything has gotten out of control. You need to check the news immediately." Lee Jin-am-yu began to feel that something was wrong. He recalled that he had partied hard last night and couldn't remember what he had done, but he was certain he had not paid any attention to his phone. He quickly checked the news. His tired eyes suddenly shifted to panic as he saw a flurry of articles, videos, and nudes related to the Superstar Corporation exploding online. News about shady transactions and shocking scandals of the company had spread everywhere, and the worst part was that it all revolved around him. At that moment, Lai Jiamu had not even had time to put on his pants when he was startled by a group of people in formal attire bursting through the door. He frowned and asked, his voice filled with both surprise and annoyance, "What are you doing here?" One of the group spoke up, their tone polite yet firm. "Sorry, we are from the Discipline Inspection Committee. This is an investigation order, and we hope Mr. Lai will cooperate." Before he could grasp what was happening, the group brazenly stormed in and seized Lai Jiamu. Just as he was being escorted out the door, a group of reporters suddenly rushed in from nowhere. Cameras were flashing continuously, and the sound of shutters clicking filled the air. In an instant, a series of photos were taken, one of which captured Lai Jiamu hastily covering his private parts, creating a moment that he would surely never want to see in any newspaper. Lai Jiamu yelled furiously, his eyes wide with rage as he looked around. "Everyone get out of here. Who gave you permission to barge in? Do you think I will sue you for illegal intrusion?" On the contrary, the crowd of paparazzi grew even larger. One of them sarcastically remarked, "Young Master Lai is indeed young Master Lai. Your life seems too comfortable, doesn't it? Oh look, isn't that the new star of cultural media? I've heard she's supposed to be a pure goddess. But who would have thought she'd be involved in something like this?" Li Jiamu squirmed like an ant on a hot pan, prompting a member of the inspection committee to raise their voice in warning. "Sorry, Mr. Lai, we hope you will cooperate. If you continue to resist, we will not hesitate to use coercive measures." At the same time, at the villa in Tianmen, Qin Wushuang suddenly turned to Yi Han and began to express doubt. "Yi Han, we sat in meditation all night yesterday and felt no spiritual energy at all. Do you think Shen Yuan is deceiving us?" Yi Han agreed. "I feel the same way. There was nothing special. But this matter is not easy to discuss. If one night of sitting could lead to sensing the spiritual energy of heaven and earth, wouldn't everyone become immortal?" Hearing this, Hin Wushuang couldn't help but agree. "You are right, but I must admit the air here is very fresh. After meditating, even though I didn't feel any spiritual energy, I still felt my mind much clearer, as if all my thoughts suddenly became bright." Yi Han nodded, her expression brightening. "That's right. Usually we spend too much time scrolling on our phones, fixated on social media. to the point that we have no time left to think about the future. But when I stop and really focus on meditating, I find my mind is clearer, and I can think more clearly and plan better for what's to come. Perhaps meditation is really beneficial. But Shin Wu Shuang still couldn't stop wondering, Yihan, do you think we haven't truly entered the right state yet, which is why we can't feel the spiritual energy? Because according to my research online, they say that when meditating, you have to reach a state of not thinking at all. But obviously, we can't stop thinking. How can anyone completely stop thinking? This is really harder than I thought. Hearing this, Yihan chuckled softly, her eyes glimmering with understanding. Meditation isn't about completely stopping all thoughts. It's a state of intense focus while keeping the mind relaxed. We may not have reached that level yet, but gradually, we'll come to understand. And so, while they still couldn't sense the spiritual energy of heaven and earth as Chen Yuan mentioned, at least they had achieved something even more valuable, tranquility in their souls and a clear direction for the future. At this moment, the two girls no longer worried about their current lives, studies, or jobs. Instead, they were filled with a strong belief in exploring the secrets that Chen Yuan held. Yihan continued, her tone slightly hesitant. Does Sister Wu Shuan think this is a bit crazy? I just got appointed as the vice president, and before I even got to do anything, I want to throw it all away to pursue spiritual energy and meditate. But ever since I met Chen Yuan, everything around me seems dull. I guess I need something to challenge myself. Qin Wu Shuang nodded profusely, deeply empathizing. That's right, I feel the same way. Before, I thought that as long as I studied well and eventually got my degree, that would be enough. But now, I don't understand why I find cultivating immortality much more interesting. If we could absorb spiritual energy, we would become immortal. Just think about it. We could live as long as time itself and do things that others wouldn't even dare to dream of. Saying this, Hin Wu Shuang excitedly said, But do you think Shen Yuan is trying to hide something? He appears too mysterious, and I bet he is not just an ordinary person. He knows too much about cultivating immortality. He must be hiding some secrets. Yan also smiled, her eyes filled with an infinite longing. Yes, he has a cold exterior, but I'm sure there are many things hidden deep within him that we haven't fully explored. That's why I want to stay here. I want to learn more about him and the world he lives in. Who knows, he might be the key for us to truly become cultivators of immortality. Both girls chuckled as if they had just planned an exciting adventure. They decided to find a way to convince Chen Yuan to let them stay at the villa to continue their journey of cultivating immortality. Just then, Yihan suddenly received a phone call. A sense of foreboding washed over her as she picked up the phone. Miss, there's a big problem with Mado. The urgent voice on the other end made Yihan immediately serious and asked back, What? What happened? The bodyguard continued to report. Li Jiayu has been arrested by the authorities and the Superstar Corporation is facing a massive amount of negative news. This morning, their stock prices plummeted and over $100 billion vanished in an instant. Not only that, but many companies belonging to the Lai family are also being attacked by mysterious investors. The entire entertainment industry seems to be under assault from a powerful capitalist force, causing stock prices to fall across the board. Someone is short selling the entire entertainment market. Yihan felt confused after hearing that. She took a deep breath, a chill running down her spine. Earlier, I read a few news articles this morning, only thinking that Lai Jiamu was arrested due to some familiar scandals in the entertainment industry. But I didn't expect the situation to be this serious with such a huge scale and terrible impact. As soon as the thought ended, Yihan continued to ask, Have you investigated who is behind this? The bodyguard's voice rang out again. The mastermind is likely the Faidun Corporation. They're the ones behind the negative news about the Superstar Corporation, and it is clear that this is a premeditated plan. They are exploiting public opinion to buy up the entire entertainment industry at a low price. Hearing this, Yihan decisively ordered, Understood. Continue to monitor all movements of the Faidun Corporation. Additionally, investigate more about Chen Yuan. He seems to hold many secrets that I am not aware of. I need a full report on him as soon as possible. Understood, miss. I will carry it out immediately. After hanging up the phone, Yihan pondered for a moment, her mind spinning with a series of thoughts. This man is indeed terrifying. Just yesterday, Chen Yuan was busy in the kitchen, showcasing his cooking skills with mastery. Who would have thought that outside he was silently maneuvering within the entertainment industry, taking down a large corporation? Lei Jianyu and the Lai family had repeatedly attacked Shen Yuan, deliberately making things difficult for him, but each time they were countered. When Shen Yuan struck, just one gentle move was enough to make the entire Lai Shi falter, suffering heavy losses. Li Jiamu's arrest is only part of the story. The Faidun Group is betting on the entire entertainment market, but Chen Yuan is the central figure that I feel needs to be understood more thoroughly. He always appears at crucial moments with secrets that I am sure no one knows what is truly going on behind him. To grasp the whole picture, I need to understand this person better. Yi Han and Qin Wushuan come with many complicated thoughts to find Chen Yuan. Upon arriving at the villa's door, she sees Chen Yuan saying goodbye to Seokwan. Chen Yuan, rest assured, regarding the development of the education group, I will immediately start working on it. Last night, I thought a lot about building the school. There is no need to rush. Even if we start construction right away, it will take at least half a year to complete. It is expected that the school will not open and enroll students until next year. But for now, I will proceed with early promotion and apply for permits for the private school construction. There are currently many workers from the countryside working in Tianmen City, and the education of their children is a significant issue. Solving this will be very important for the long-term development of the film city. Chen Yuan simply nodded in agreement, not rushing or pushing. All right, Ms. How a pleasant trip. Chen Yuan turned to Kim Jenny and asked, Jenny, are you going with Chairman as well? Kim Jenny sat in the car, her eyes sparkling with excitement, but tinged with a hint of mischief. That's right, Chen Yuan, I have some work to take care of. Chen Yuan simply smiled and said nothing more. Perhaps he already knew everything in his heart, but Kim Jenny was filled with questions. It was strange. Just a few days ago, Chairman was furious and upset with Chen Yuan to the point that the whole company seemed on the verge of burning down. Yet today her tone was gentle as if nothing had ever happened. It really was odd. Just as Seokwan and Kim Jenny were leaving in their car, Yi Han walked up to Chen Yuan with Qin Wushuan. Chen Yuan casually replied, Miss Qin, you two are getting ready to go, right? Then I won't see you off. Wishing both of you a safe journey and smooth sailing. But before he could feel happy for too long, Qin Wushuan immediately frowned, her tone indicating she wanted to blame someone. Chen Yuan, who said we wanted to leave. We've already decided, so don't even think about stopping us. We want to stay here to train. We want to learn more about cultivating immortality, and surely you have some secrets that you won't share. Chen Yuan waved his hand, his expression showing little concern. I thought you two were just stopping by for a bit and then leaving. Who do you wanted to stay longer? Yi Han stepped forward, gently responding slowly but sharply. Mr. Chen, Sister Wu Shuang and I have discussed this in detail. This place has fresh air and beautiful scenery, giving a peaceful feeling like a countryside. Therefore, we decided to stay a little while longer. Of course, we'll consider the room rate as if it were a 5-star presidential hotel, no problem at all. Qin Wushuang nodded enthusiastically. More excited than ever, we are ready. Inside, Chen Yuan felt like screaming, but on the outside, he maintained an extremely relaxed tone, showing no concern. All right, if you want to stay, then stay. There are plenty of rooms left. It would be a waste otherwise. But remember, cultivating immortality is not just about meditating. There are many complicated things that you too don't know yet. At the same time, the arrest of Lai Jiamu became breaking news, spreading with lightning speed and causing an explosion in the entertainment industry. People everywhere were actively discussing the matter online. Some adult artists competed to come forward and claim that they had once been his secret lovers. Who could forget the golden age of the powerful young master Lai, who dominated the scene and made everyone bow down and step aside? Now the tides have turned, and as he falls, many rush to kick him while he's down. Indeed, when rich, one earns respect. When poor, one is shunned. The story quickly spiraled out of control and reached the highest levels of the Lai Shi group. Lai Wangchun, the father of Lai Jiamu, a well-known figure across Ma Duo, was furious upon hearing this. Damn, a little brat dares to touch my son. Has he forgotten the difference between heaven and earth? At first, I wanted to see what guts that kid had, but now it's no longer necessary. It's best if he just disappears.